Hey, Sagittarius, beautiful Sag, thank you for joining me here. I'm doing a little bit of a different read today. I am involving past life. So I want to see first what the universe has for you, Sag, so bear with me. What is already with you? Hello, Tucker. Are you coming to say hello to your Sagittarian friends? I know you are. You have a legacy of light. Tucker agrees. That's why you're always hanging around Sagittarius. Yeah, I know. You have a legacy of light. Free from judgment and free to love. Just trust yourself, Sag. You're very inspired here. You're very inspiring. Oh, the power of attraction. So you definitely are attracting. Just have faith in the process. This is like turning the tables. Listening for the truth. Did you turn the tables here? You may have turned the tables. Instead of like chasing, you're attracting. I think you've turned the tables. And you know what I think else? I think that you're learning to trust your instincts. You're learning to trust yourself. It's like switching up. You are switching up here your energy. And you are listening for the truth. And instead of like being afraid, others are now afraid of you. Let's get into your past life and see what's going on. Well, you could be a galactic being. Your father is here. May have been a musician. This is guitar, but... Ooh. So, I think in a past life, I honestly think that you face some persecution and some inquisition. That's what I think. I think that or your ancestors did. Like, whatever it is, you were very wise. Oh, wow. So a farm is here. Your ancestors or you yourself may have grown up on a farm. There could have been a lot of judgment about poverty. It could have been that times were tough. There could have been a lot of like persecution involved in a past life. Someone is definitely spiritual and religious here. There's no doubt about it. Authority figures. So you could have a lot of phobias as well from this, like starvation. Literally. Inquisitions, persecutions. And you may have a lot of phobias about that, like could be something that stemmed from a past life carried over into this life. All right, Sagittarius. Well, especially if you were like spiritual, that was like taboo back in the day. And you may have undergone a lot of, like you had a lot of wisdom, even in a past life. Now, you could have believed in spiritual things, you know what I mean? You could have believed in spiritual things, and you may have undergone a lot of persecution or judgment for it. Well, you may have even faced the Inquisition, I'm just saying. Let's go on. No. Maybe people thought you were a witch, in a past life. You may have faced persecution and Inquisition. Hello, what is going on here? Maybe you're a galactic being, like you could have been a healer. Just hang on a sec. And maybe you were under judgment or something like that by authority figures. Maybe people were mocking you. Look, look, look. Something is carried over from a past life. Okay. Oh. You could have a lot of phobias from a past life of what happened to you. This could be leftover traumas or phobias from a last life. Something you may want to heal. Especially if you were like him. He faces so much persecution, don't you? Yeah, you have a rough life, Tucker. You truly do. Look at your rough little life. I think that's what's going on. Like, I actually think that you're in the power of attraction here, and in a past life, maybe because you were attractive, maybe because you were spiritual, you were persecuted. Well, maybe why in this life I think there's remnants left over. That's what I think. So you could have a lot of trauma from a last life, like left over. Maybe you faced judgment, like persecution. Some of you may have gone through the Inquisition. Just have faith in the process. What's going on? Ooh, jeez. I don't know if you were arrested. I don't know if you... It's almost like you could have actually been hunted in a past life. Like, you could have been hunted in a past life, and now in this lifetime you're switching up. It's almost like people now are afraid of you. Like, you could have been literally hunted in a last life. Like, and in this life, those same people that were judging you, or that's why they're afraid of you. Oh, there could have been like a battle where you were tried. They may have jailed you. Oh, wow. Oh, it's looking like... Wow, this is a read and a half. In some last life of yours, you faced persecution and inquisition. Many of you, or some form of persecution. I think you were jailed. You may have a phobia about authority figures. You could have a phobia about judgment. You could have phobias about going to jail or being haunted or getting arrested. You may have had a fear of authority figures. Oh, wow, no wonder. It seems in a past life that you faced persecution and judgment, and that could be remnants left over. So, like in this lifetime, you're supposed to take your power back and not be afraid. Like maybe you were afraid in a past life. Maybe in a past life you were afraid to show your skills, your talents, in fear of persecution, while in this lifetime, it's the opposite. It's like they fear you. You may have encountered or crossed paths with people from your past life. You may have come across people or like people in the past life who may have jailed you, may have ended your life, may have persecuted you. Oh my goodness, who knew? Who knew? It's you, Sagittarius, who are crossing paths with people that persecuted you in a past life. And I think in this life they fear you. My goodness. Aha. That's some plotting and scheming, some kind of unaliving here. Ruthless energies. Highly critical, judgmental. I think that someone plotted your demise. And I think in this lifetime, they fear you. You are definitely crossing paths with people who persecuted you in a past life. You're unalivers, maybe. That's why people may flee from you. Oh my gosh. Who knew? Who knew? Sag, I don't mean to pause, but when I'm listening to messages, I also get like videos, scenarios going through my mind. So it's like I'm watching some kind of clips right now. So just bear with me, okay? So I'm seeing people lied about you in a past life. You could have been a form of a healer. Now, they could have labeled you as a witch. They put you through inquisition and persecution of some form, some type. Now, they could have unalived you. Don't be surprised in this lifetime if you don't suffer from phobias about authority figures, going to jail. Oh my goodness. You're crossing paths with people from a last life who unalived you. No wonder they flee from you. No wonder they flee from you. And maybe you grew up in poverty, like, or something to, maybe you were healing the sick. I don't know. This is weird, man. This is getting blamed. This is something to do with the past. Accused of something. Blamed and accused. You're flipping the script. I told you. What a read. Ooh, blamed you of being the devil. Like doing dark magic or being a witch or in a cult or something like that. You know what I mean? Doing the devil's work. I think that they were hunting you. I think they were hunting you down in a past life. I think that in a past life you were hunted. And I believe that you were doing angelic work. I believe you were doing some kind of healing work. I believe that you, in this lifetime, you may have like fears of poverty, fears of phobias about going to jail, authority figures, certain pains that you get. And in this life, I think in this life, you could be seeking out those who ended your life in a last life. You may have had them as your partners. You may have had them as your soulmates. You may have had them as your lovers, your family members. Oh my God. Now this is starting to make a whole lot of sense, Sagittarius. I think whoever this one was judged you. I think that in a last lifetime you were terrorized. You still could have phobias about that. You could have, from a young child, feared authority, feared entrapment, feared being accused. And then it's like in this lifetime, you could be facing your accusers. Finding out in this life who your accusers were. and flipping the script. Mm-hmm. Have like phobias about falling, phobias about heights, phobias about being stalked or hunted. That's fear of dying? I don't know. Like, could have a phobia about weapons, phobias about all kinds of stuff left over from a last life. Do you know that you could have certain pains in certain areas? Could have phobias about fire. All kinds of things. That's going to tell you more about your past life and what you experienced. And on this plane, it's like you could be getting justice. Like, that's why you could be getting justice on this plane. Something been carried over. Authority figures. Judged. Persecuted. Yet you were a healer. You were no dark witch. You were a healer. Many people may have ratted you out to like the authorities. Do you know what I mean? Oh, jeez. What's this one want to say? Like being accused of doing the devil's work or something. I don't know. It's just that you had, I don't know if this is consequences. Jeez. Some of you could have phobias or fears about being on the stake, literally, or being hung. I don't know. That's why in this life you are getting karmic justice. And that's why a lot of people may run away from you, or they fear you now on this plane. They think you're here for karmic justice. OMG. What a read! What a read! So, listen carefully to the truth. Like, some of the people you've encountered on this life are definitely from a past life. And they persecuted you and put you through inquisition. You may have been unalived, unfairly, unjustly. You may still have trauma from a past life or phobias from a past life. You were spiritual in a last life or religious in a last life, and you are in this life. Take care.